Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you are new here, my name is Ravi and each week I share 2 videos talking about books and lessons from the book. So in this video, I will be sharing 3 books that are life changing and I think this book should be read by everyone. So I share this book, the first time I read it, I felt like this is amazing and should be shared by everyone. So I thought making this video and talking about the books, what are the tips that I find very useful. So make sure to watch the full video and you never know which books can change your life. So these books are completely my pick and it may happen that some of you guys would find not very useful, but I think these books are very amazing and in terms of their lessons and their stories and practical ideas of this book. But it may happen that some of you guys their interests are something else and they wanted to grow in something different niche. But I think in philosophy, in journal life, these books will be very helpful for everyone. So yeah, let's get into the books. So the first book is The Art of the Good Life by Rolf Dobelli. So Rolf Dobelli is also the author of the book called The Art of Thinking Clearly, and he is such an amazing writer. The way he writes and tells you the story and with all the practical examples are very easy to understand. And I do agree some of the tips and some of the chapters are in these books have some heavy understanding, like it also includes some psychology and behavioral type of concepts. So some chapters are also very difficult to understand, but you will understand it. The author have not used some heavy words kind of stuff, so it is easy to read. So there are 52 chapters in the book and each chapters talk about how to live a better life and how to explore life more deeply, and also share some of the tips and lessons to making better decisions in life. And the best thing about this book is each chapters have 2 or 3 pages long. This is not a very long, like some of the chapters have included 2 or 3 pages and 4 pages and no more than that. So that is very interesting part of this book also. I really like the chapter from this book called The Fine Art of Correction, and it talks about the structure, formula or the plans, the setups that we make before doing anything, and we all wanted to do our life on the basis of that plan that we make. And as humans we always wanted to make perfect in everything in our life. As we all know, perfectionism never exists, so it doesn't matter if you make your plan so perfect and it if in the future it doesn't go very well. And it happens all the time, we make plans and we fail. Instead of planning, we have to start doing it, and it will be more beneficial to us if we start doing it. And because in the process of doing it, we will always come across many ideas and obstacles that we haven't thought of while making a plan in the first place. The author says the most common misunderstanding many people are having is that the good life is stable or conditioned, and that is totally wrong. The good life is only achieved through constant readjustment. He says plans are nothing, planning is everything. So instead of having a fixed plan, you should have a repeated replanning, and it's an ongoing process. You have to start doing it. You have to don't figure out what you will do if you don't make a plan. So it's not about you have make a fixed plan. Start doing it and you will figure it out later. You will find out many great lessons in this book, and you will find out lessons on wealth, success and philosophy, stoicism, and also thinking. Many different lessons, and also you will find out that examples from the book and you will take out many ideas. So I highly recommend reading this book if you haven't read it yet. The next book is Holy Shit We Are Alive by Doug Cartwright. And this book really talks about the story of the author. The author shares his life story in this book and how he changes his whole perspective throughout his journey by using meditation and different kind of stuff. This book is a mixture of science and spirituality, you can say, and there's a lot of stuff that we can learn through reading this book. So there's a one incident he talked about in this book, and that I find very useful and very interesting. So he tells that someday he went in a party and tried out some psychedelic substances, and when he tried it, he found out himself in a very different dimension. So beyond this physical dimension, he found out himself in a different dimension, and after doing it, he shares the experience that he had to his friends and how that incident changes his life. So from there he teaches everyone like how we can use the psychedelic substances in a better way to experience different things to different places, and how we can heal ourselves using this meditation or some psychedelic substances also. So reading this book, you will get to know more about self-love, science, and meditation, and also how you can find your own inner voice, your own if you're searching to find out a peace in your life, I highly recommend reading this book. I mean, it's definitely a must read. It will change your perspective in how we think life and how we can use to. So that's a really different kind of book that I find very unique from different books. So this is a must read. I recommend if you haven't read it yet. So the last book is The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. So this book is like I have read it like 2 or 3 times, just skimming through the important lessons and the highlights that I made. So I read it like just I wanted to find some of these stuffs in wealth and philosophy and just kind of a general idea in life. I went out to Naval's Twitter account, and just scrolling through his Twitter account, I find out some of the amazing stuff that you can learn from investing and wealth and happiness and in life. And this book is kind of a collection of all of his writings and his interviews and his tweets also. So the author of the book kind of compiled all of this and put it into the book, and I think it's a must read. Naval is the kind of a guy everyone knows. If you are on Twitter, using Twitter, you will definitely know him. So this is kind of a must read book. So if you want to become a better version of yourself, I highly recommend you to read this book, and read it like not like one time. I think it's that kind of a book you should read it every 2 or 3 months, because the stuff in this book never going to old. So whenever you find there's some kind of hard times in your life, I highly recommend you to check out this book, and it will definitely make you feel good about life and about yourself. So yeah, if you want to become a better version of yourself and improving your life yourself, so I highly recommend you to check this book out. So that's it for the video. Here are the 3 books that I talk about, and also make sure to check out the books. I will put out the link in the description so you guys can check it out and make sure you read it, because all of these books are containing amazing life and wisdom's advice, so you will find out definitely useful. And also, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a video, you guys will know it I uploaded a video. And yeah, make sure you follow all of my social media accounts. The links will be in the description box below.